We're on. The stream is live. I see it.
It is.
Hi.
And then I've got to do one more step here. We'll see about that. Okay.
Hi.
Well, the great thing about this is the first time that we've figured out how to do this both. So we're on 3 different platforms right now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Instagram for the first time. So let's say hi to our Instagram Newzoo kids, or your Instagram Newzoo kids.
Hi.
We are so excited to be here. And,
yes, we are.
Let's see. Oh, we've got lots of people coming in.
Oh, that's great.
So fun. So I'm just going to start sharing some of the
Of course, there's Cindy.
They come in, and that way you can start saying hi to our.
Elena.
Hi.
And we've got Each Moon Soul, love you so much on Instagram, and John Loves Cindy. Hi. John Loves Cindy said, never imagined this technology was possible when the show was on.
That's true. That's for sure. That's for sure.
There was no technology like this.
No,
I mean,
sure wasn't.
I remember my first cell phone. It was like this big, and it was so heavy.
I remember when we got our first computer.
And you know what? I didn't even know how to work the computer.
Well, I just love doing this because what's that?
I just said hi to Jim. We can see everybody getting on.
There's so many, we get to see so many friends live, and I just love that because it's not.
I just wish you were all here with us.
Yeah.
No, I feel the same way. And I want to give a little time because I know. Gosh,
yeah, get a little time for everybody to get on, right?
Yeah, and so I would love to hear where everybody's from. Oh, we've got Bullet Bob 5 on Instagram from Hello from Cincinnati. I love Doug's weekly YouTube song so much.
Technology, amazing.
It's incredible.
I mean,
yeah, when y'all write in, where are you?
Oh, that's great.
Hi, Greg. It's fun to see. Hi, Lisa. It's fun to see. Oh, is that a cow on her picture? I think she's got a baby calf. I feel a connection there.
Oh.
Okay. You were on very early, but it was so great. This is just great. Yes, Paul.
Oh my goodness. We have so Stormy.711. And you guys, I'm sorry, on Instagram, I just see the names that you have on Instagram. So, but she says hello from Los Angeles. We have several from California, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Cindy said she's in Houston. So we know there's one, and Elena, of course, is in Texas.
Yeah. Wisconsin.
John is from Wisconsin. Hi, John. And Louisiana.
Yeah, we're all over there.
Cajun country. Hey, Clifton. Mary from Florida. Wow.
I mean, from all over. This is
Stephanie is in Oregon. It's so beautiful up there, Stephanie. I bet it's cooler there than it's here. Culvert, where in the world is Culvert, Oklahoma? I love Oklahoma.
Tammy.
My great grandparents homesteaded in Indian Territory.
Yeah.
There's Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. Magnolia? That's not too far.
That's cool. It's so great to see everybody.
Sandra.
Pennsylvania.
Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Wow. Well, Abbott, formerly Los Angeles, now Alabama. Well, have that.
Well, you know, that's where Mom and Dad were when they were.
Hi, Beverly.
Yep. That's where Mom and Dad were when they were filming the show, is right in the Burbank area or near LA.
Yeah.
Very beautiful, New Hampshire.
It was called the Burbank Studios at the time. It's since been converted to Warner Brothers.
Okay, Dickinson, Texas. Hi, Sheila. I don't know where Dickinson, Texas is.
We'll look it up.
We have so many towns in Texas, you can't keep track of them all. Jim Cleefel from Connecticut. I was a camp counselor in Connecticut years ago. Oh, from Colorado. Wonder where Anna's from in Colorado. We have a daughter in Colorado.
Oh, this is
Johnny Brooklyn. Yay.
Joe, it's
we have someone on Instagram who's actually from Dallas. Her name's Sylvia, which is really fun, and somebody from Michigan
Sylvia?
and San Jose, California, also. And oh gosh, actually, he has the best shirts. We met him at one of the conventions we went to. Great to see everybody. This is so fun. We've got Houston and
Another from Houston. Chicago.
Yeah, cool.
Great city. We had a son and a daughter that went to school up there.
Oh, we're going to be on
Yes, we are.
July 1st.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
July 30th.
Is it July 30th? Yeah. Early in the morning.
Yeah. 9:15.
Oh, here you go, Mom. Here's your response.
Cow.
That's the one that you were saying. Isn't that a cow?
She said, what is that?
And it is.
Lisa, is it a mini cow? Is it a mini cow, one that can go in your house? Or is it a big cow?
No, it's a stuffed cow.
No, they have little cows.
Oh, they
They
have
have
little
baby
cows.
miniature cows. Troy, New York. Wow. Tina from Philadelphia.
Look at this.
It's
All over
really
the place.
Serenity. What a beautiful name. Serenity.
That's so cool.
Mark Davis, Tennessee. Beautiful, beautiful.
There's the doggy. Our dog in the background. There's Clue. Clue, come on here.
Kathy. Hi, Kathy Anderson.
So we
Kim Reese.
are,
There's Dennis.
Mark Davis. Hi, I'm from Tennessee. Scarlett.
Mesa.
Mesa. Doug used to live there.
Well,
And you-
my sister.
Yeah, your sister lives there. And that is a beautiful name, Scarlet Begonia. Sounds like music. Hi,
Well,
Mary.
I am just loving this so much.
Me
Yeah.
too.
To see everyone coming in. We still have a lot of people coming in and sharing. There's Russell from Garland, Texas, and Serenity says thank you. You said how beautiful her name is.
You're
which is
welcome.
But we are here to watch an episode together, and it is so fun for me, for us to do this, because, you know, it always hits a little different when you're an adult watching the Newzoo review all these years later, and I catch so many great funny moments that I didn't even. They just went over my head when I was younger. So it's amazing, Dad. And as you guys know, I'm Joanna. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I'm Joanna, Doug and Emmy Joe's daughter, and oh look, and there's Crew behind you. Your dog's behaving. But anyway, I just have to brag on my dad every time we get on one of these, because so many people don't realize that he wrote over 600 songs for the Newzoo review, and wrote all of the storylines, worked with an amazing script writing team to come up with these brilliant lines, and just every bit of the cast and crew. I've learned so much about just what an amazing group, and really felt like a family. So I don't know if you want to speak to that a little bit before we get started.
It's just a thrill to do the show because it was a mini musical every day of the week for kids, a musical comedy like you'd see on Broadway or on television, you know, which we were on television. But the fun thing was I got to write songs that furthered the action, where you learned a little bit about the characters, and it just brought the whole thing to life with the music. And that to me was the most fun, you know, and we just had a ball just, you know, learning to dance. Which you were a dancer, you knew what you were doing, but I had two left feet at the time.
But you did well, Doug. You really did.
I did okay. But it was so much fun. We had just a great time.
Well, I am excited to get started. I've got people asking if you want to sing a song. So I don't know if we want to sing the first part of the new zoo.
Well, you know, once the theme song comes on, we can all join in.
Like we do with the birthday group. We all sing happy birthday.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
All right. Well,
I'd love to meet you too, Beverly. Excuse me, Joanne.
Okay. I would love to get started with our episode if you guys are ready. And I remember, Dad, you were telling me a little bit about the theme song in this particular season.
Yeah, well, we tried to change up the theme song a little bit each time. You know, as a musician, I always wanted to add something or do a little bit different chord structure and harmonies. And so this one, the choreography was a little bit different and the instrumentation was a little different because on this season we had Milton Green, our musical director from New York, and he just added his touch to the theme song. Mm-hmm. So I think you'll find it a little bit different than the first season. I think this was second season. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when you hear these arrangements, you will definitely hear a Broadway musical arranger.
He was actually at the time, he had just finished being the musical director or conductor, I guess I should say, for Fiddler on the Roof on Broadway.
Yeah. So we were just honored to have him.
We were lucky to have Milton. He was wonderful.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, I did bring Milton.
Yes, you did.
I did, by golly. Forgot about that.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll hit play.
Okay. This is bragging. This is so much fun.
According to this letter, Emmy Jo, they're going to announce the finalists on radio station KZoo this very afternoon at 2 p.m.
How exciting. Just think, our own Henrietta in a public speaking competition.
And on the radio, no less. Emmy Jo, what time is it now?
Oh, it's almost 2.
Oh, it's time. It's time. Now let's listen.
And here's some late scores. 2-1, 7-6, 11-8, and a partial score, 3. Remember,
that's Bill Calloway.
Sports fan at least wear a sports coat.
Oh, when are they going to get to the contest?
Right now. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the finalists in our public speaking contest. There are 2, Mr. Horace Race and Miss Henrietta, I can't seem to read this last name. Miss...
Hippo! Miss Henrietta Hippo!
Oh, yes, Miss Henrietta Hippo.
Oh, Henrietta, how wonderful. Congratulations.
Listen, I wonder when we finalists will appear.
Well, the 2 finalists will appear on KZoo Radio this Saturday afternoon for the final competition. And now the weather.
Emmy Jo, did you all hear that? I'm gonna be on the radio.
Yeah, I think so.
What's all this talk about someone being on the radio?
It's Henrietta. She's going to be on the radio, Charlie. She's one of the finalists in a public speaking contest. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, did I ever tell you about the time I spoke before a convention of 1,000 electricians?
No, I don't think so.
Yes, I spoke on the importance of having the right connections and getting your first job. It was electrifying.
I'm sure it was, Charlie, but Henrietta is going to...
I'm just so nervous I could cry.
Yes, that's one thing about me. I'm never nervous about speaking before the public. Why, I remember the time I got a personal call from the president
That's
late
enough,
one night.
Charlie.
Well, I gotta go. Remember, if you need any help, Henrietta, I'm in the book under Public Speaking Specialist.
Oh, that child. He's done everything. Oh, am I so proud to be selected? I'm excited and I'm anxious. I'm thrilled. I'm overjoyed. I'm dazzled.
And what?
I'm scared to death.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it sounds okay to some. For us, it isn't.
They learn with their friend Doug.
and I'm his helper, Emmy.
Should ask him.
Charlie!
We have fun learning what we don't know. Delicate and feminine is Henrietta Hippo. Very wise and very smart is Charlie the Owl. Not to smart with life, the heart is ready to throw. It's quite an unusual thing. Every day's a different show. It's the news and review. Coming right at you. It's the news and review. Coming right at you.
Oh,
I can tell you.
well, I just think I love that, Dad. So tell
Well,
us
I can
what you
I can
got.
tell you. I don't know if you saw the little set piece at the end. Henrietta hit that several times as we went around the moved the mailbox and everything.
Now I'm going to have to come back over here. Let's watch this again and see what happened. Like right here?
No, it's at the very, very, very end, where she goes around that the set.
At the end of
On
the theme
theme
song.
song, the end of the theme, yeah, right there. That right after the National Education Association.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
Delicate and feminine is
Delicate and feminine.
very wise and very smart is Charlie the Owl. Not as perfect like the hardest Betty the Frog. It's quite an unusual thing.
Okay, here's that set piece.
We got an Emmy Joe. Every day's a different
And if you look, she barely makes it around.
news and review. Coming right at you.
Oh, that's so close. That's so close.
Coming right at you.
And then we have to do our arms all at the same time.
So I want to hear how that one's different than the other ones, the other theme songs. And did you have a
Well,
part?
the other, well, mainly it was just a little bit of the arrangement. It was a faster theme song, and also a little more featuring the piano, which Milton played. And it's kind of subtle, but it's there. And mainly it was the set having that right there. That was a little bit different. It was fun.
And tell us again, Dad, why you guys decided we should make it different every season.
Well, as a musician, I always wanted to make it better. I wanted to put more instruments in there. I wanted to put more harmonies in there. I was always trying to make the show better, and this was my little way of doing that. And plus, it was something that really gave it a
You can really see their look.
yeah,
She can barely make it.
special
Look what
twist to
Finchie
it.
said, extra piano accents and guitar riffs.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you can really see where I paused it, how Henrietta is dangerously close to that mic.
Oh, and she hit it a couple times. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, and Anna
Oh, yes.
Kristen,
Yeah, I was just noticing what Anna said. Yes, she was a real talent to dance and sing in her costume.
Remember, they have this dance.
She was actually one of the top dancers in Hollywood. Very well known.
yeah.
They all love being a part of our family.
Yeah. And if you look up Larry Thomas, spelled Larri, Thomas, Thomas, if you Google that, you can see what a stunning background she had.
But anyway, the reason I chose the show is because it features Charlie. And if you saw in the beginning, the first scene, this is about him bragging, which he does all the time. And this just takes his bragging to the next level.
All right.
In fact, the first song you'll hear by him, I really like the lyric that I wrote. It was, when I wake up in the morning, what do I see? Is a wonderful, beautiful, handsome owl looking back at me.
Oh, Dad, that's awesome. All right, let's watch a little
Okay.
bit more.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more here. That is so funny. I think I'm gonna.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Slow motion. Look at that arm movement all together.
Give me some help on public speaking.
Why, of course. Now, Henrietta, air in your lungs is just as essential as having gas in your car. You can't drive a car without gas, can you?
No.
And you can't speak properly without enough air. Now, let me show you. Take a deep breath. Yes. Now, how do you feel? Henrietta?
Can't talk.
I said, how do you feel?
She's holding her breath.
I didn't say hold your breath. I just said take a deep breath.
Oh, Charles, I'll never learn.
You'll learn because I'll learn you.
Teach you.
Yes, that too. I'm not considered the handliest handler of words for nothing. Have faith. When I get up in the morning and I look into the mirror, what do you think I see?
What?
The most gorgeous, handsomest owl in the world staring right back at me.
Wow.
When people have problems too complex for their little minds to solve,
Yes?
who do you think they call on to help them complete the job?
You.
Right, I'm the great, I'm the best, better than all the rest. I'm tremendous, I'm fine, in anything I do I shine. But I really don't like to brag.
When he gets up in the morning and he looks into the mirror, what do you think he sees?
Tell me.
The most gorgeous, handsomest owl in the world staring right back at him.
That's right.
When people have problems too complex for their little minds to solve,
Oh, tell me.
who do you think they call on to help them complete the job? You!
Right.
He's tremendous, he's fine, in anything he does, he shines!
I'm fantastic, I'm smart, I know it in my heart. That's why I really don't like to brag.
For this little dance, that's so hard to do. And not hit the furniture.
Oh, look at Paul.
Oh, that's so cool, Paul.
I'm fantastic, I'm smart, you know in your heart that I'm the greatest owl in the world, in the universe. Anywhere, anytime, any place, anywhere.
Bring it home, Charlie.
Any place I'm great. But I really don't like to brag.
Oh, Charles, y'all have done so much. in
Now
your
imagine
lifetime,
this.
And I've done so little.
Joe.
I really don't know if I'll learn enough to go on
Hold
the
on,
radio.
I'm pausing it. There we go.
Yeah. Imagine, if you will, after that song, which was a good 3-minute song, where they had to lip sync, they had to and dance. Our director didn't want to stop and take a break after that song. If you notice, they just went right on to the next scene. That is so hard to do because they're exhausted after that number. They are really
That's right.
tired. But they just were troopers and they went on and they just started the dialogue and the whole next scene right after that. And so that's where you get a seamless transition between the song and the action. I mean, it's really amazing.
Yeah, it is.
You know? I just wanted to bring that up.
Well,
Yes, Sharon Baird. Amy, you're right.
Yeah, the original Mouseketeer.
Yep.
Little Sharon and Cubby was the drummer. That was her
Yeah.
sidekick.
well, and you just were reunited with Sharon Baird.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
We
goodness.
talk on the phone. She's in Reno now, and she's doing great. And
Yeah.
we just love her to pieces.
Yeah. Still family.
She was a celebrity for me because I grew up on the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I just wanted to let you know that they're just carrying on with the scene after that exhausting number.
That's incredible. I'm still amazed because you know it was warm in those costumes on
Yeah.
the set. And
Remember, we had stage lighting too. I mean, that was all under the lights.
yeah, that's incredible. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
do you have any thoughts for
Yeah, onward.
us going onward? All right. Okay, let's press on. I'll come back just a little bit to the end of that song.
I really don't like to brag.
Oh, child, y'all have done so much in y'all's lifetime, and I've done so little. I really don't know if I learned enough to go on the radio this Saturday afternoon. Ooh.
And Henrietta is going to be on the radio this Saturday afternoon, and the poor thing is so nervous about public speaking.
I know. Freddie told me all about it. That's why I'm building her this podium, so she can put her speech on it. I think it'll make her feel more comfortable.
Oh, I think so.
Hey,
Hi.
say, what's that?
It's a podium for Henrietta to put her speech on. What do you think about it?
Not bad.
Oh,
no,
thank
not
you.
bad at all.
Thank you.
Not bad considering...
Considering what?
Well, considering that you haven't had the training I have in this field, I guess it's all right. Now, I would have made this wider here and put a light on this side right here and change this top around this way and make the whole thing a little bit higher. But outside of that, it's not bad for a beginner.
Charlie, is there anything you don't know?
As a matter of fact, there is.
What's that?
Well, I don't know how Henrietta's making out with the surefire public speaking instructions I left with her, but...
Well, this is radio station KZOO with more news on the finals in the public speaking contest between Mr. Horace Reyes and Miss Henrietta. I still can't read that.
Hippo! Henrietta Hippo!
Oh, yes, Henrietta Hippo. Well, the big competition takes place this Saturday afternoon on the radio. Everybody will be listening.
Henrietta, what's wrong? Henrietta, talk to me. Oh, no! Henrietta lost her voice.
Oh, I don't know how you came up with these storylines, Dad. I want to hear.
I was just, I was cracking up as I was writing them because, we came up with that little bit, that was kind of ad lib where Freddie looked into her mouth and said she lost her voice. So, I mean, that was all just ad lib on Freddie's part. I mean, It was just amazing how they used to come up with this stuff, It's amazing.
But what the amazing thing is that is what kept all of our attention, because it wasn't like you were preaching to us or telling us not to brag. We were learning through the characters, and I think it makes it so unique. So I do love that.
Yeah, and believe it or not, the parents liked it because they couldn't believe what they were watching. It was like they were cracking up.
It's so great. Okay, I do love that we have Freddie in the pond. This was one of
Yes, and with the sunglasses and a fan.
I'm scared.
Our prop department was
Up
amazing.
and down, but nothing was coming out. It was terrible.
I know, Freddie. She got so worked up about being on the radio, suddenly there was an absence of words.
Yes, and she lost her voice, too.
Oh, I hope Charlie isn't up there giving her medical advice. His bragging hasn't helped her much. He's spent so much time talking about himself, he's taken away all the confidence she ever had.
As a matter of fact, Charlie's in his lab right now mixing up a secret potion he said helped his voice just before he won the International Public Speaking Competition last year.
Oh, that Charlie. I've told him he shouldn't constantly brag about the things he's done or thinks he's done.
Now, Henrietta, don't you worry. Everything's going to work out just fine. The radio show is a good full day away, and I'm sure your voice will be in great shape by then. Does your throat hurt much? Henrietta, I know you'll be pleased to find out that right at this very minute, Charlie is mixing up a special voice restoring potion, and he guarantees that it will fix up your voice in time for the contest. Now, Henrietta, you've just got to relax. I've told you you don't have anything to worry about, but above all, don't be scared.
Now, as I remember, 6 parts milk to 1 part orange juice, and that should put the finishing touches on Charlie's brilliant bringer-backer.
Charlie, people are getting pretty sick of you constantly talking about Charlie. You've really upset Henrietta, too.
I know, Doug, but if I don't say those great things about me, no one will ever know about all the things I've done. Well, mixture's done. Gotta rush it over to Henrietta.
Charlie, Doug, come quick, hurry. It's Henrietta. She's taking a turn for the better.
Come on, Charlie.
All right.
Now, you better just relax and try not to talk too much at first, Henrietta. Just nod yes or no. Is your throat feeling any better? And is your breathing better? And are you ready for the radio show tomorrow afternoon? I thought so.
Ah, Henrietta, my child. How's the old throat-a-roo?
Throat-a-roo.
Medical talk, Doug. Bedside manner. I know what I'm doing. Why, it brings to mind that time in Honolulu when I...
Charlie, please, spare us any more of your stories. Just try and help Henrietta get her full voice back, please.
All right. Here, take a sip of Charlie's magical voice potion.
What's in it, Charlie?
Oh, you wouldn't understand, Freddie. It'd be a little too technical to try to explain right now.
It looks like milk. Just milk.
Yes, it is milk, but with my special touch. There. How do you feel now, Henrietta?
Moo.
Did you hear that?
Moo. Doug, I think we have a problem. Move away from the light so I can see you.
Henrietta, your voice is restored.
Thanks to my potion.
And you'll go on the radio tomorrow and be great.
Again, thanks to me.
Charlie.
Well, my work is done here. I have to get over to the patent office before it closes and guard this miracle voice restorer I put together. Boy, how great can one person be?
Oh, that Charlie and his constant bragging is what's dragging down my confidence.
Really?
I just don't want to be around him. Ooh, the way he carries on. Why he doesn't think that anyone knows anything but him. Well, he's wrong.
You can have confidence, sure, but he goes a bit far for me. Why, he's the only one his eyes will ever see.
That's not for me. No one wants to listen to someone brag. Nobody wants to listen to someone brag.
Hard to dance with a hippo. Hard to dance with a frog.
No one wants to listen to someone brag. Nobody wants to listen to someone brag.
He likes to listen to himself. He could do it for days on end.
In our opinion, that's not the way you treat your friends. No one wants to listen to someone brag. Nobody wants to listen to that loud mouth, overbearing, windbag Charlie.
Let's turn the radio on and see if there's any more news about the contest.
Oh gosh, that's a great one.
Oh, I'll tell you, that brings back so many memories.
It sure does.
And didn't Emmy Jo move great on that one?
Well, I don't know. There were some people saying how groovy your moves were. So
Well, I don't know about that. I was trying to look at her and just duplicate what you were doing.
It was fun.
well, we had some questions come in, so we're gonna take a minute to ask those, if that's okay with you guys. The first one is from Robert, and let's see. Oh, just kidding. Foster Animation.
Oh,
Robert,
yes.
that one.
Well, it was different. It was different, Michael, for each character. Should I go ahead and answer that, right? On Henrietta Hippo, she saw through her nostrils and through her mouth. So depending on what she was working at the time, because inside the head, she could work her eyebrows and her eyes, and she could also work the mouth, and she saw through the nostrils. So you can imagine navigating the set with all the furniture doing that. And then Charlie, he worked his mouth with his own, she worked his mouth with his own mouth. And there was mesh right around his nose where that's how he saw it. And then with Freddie, it was through the mouth. So he would have to kind of open his mouth and to see. And then in his head, there was also the workings of eyebrows and eyes, or not eyebrows, but just eyes to close and open.
And then I actually had pulled this one here, and I don't know where it went, but I found it. I'm so glad because Robert had a question. And that was, how many seasons did the show run?
Well, we did 196 half hours, and it was broken up into 4 different seasons. And there was just a different number to get to that 196. But like the first season, we did, I think, 52 episodes. Didn't we, Ann?
Don't look at me. I don't know. Remember, we did a lot.
Yeah. And then we did, I think, 48. And then it was just went, depending on what the producers wanted to do at the time.
But the pilot was in 1971, and then it ran from 1972 to 1975.
And then did reruns forever, for a long, long time.
Definitely, yeah.
I had somebody tell me they watched reruns in the early 2000s. I mean, that's
interesting. I didn't know that.
No, it's true.
Generations. Pretty amazing. So, and you can see from all over the world. I mean, really,
yes.
Didn't they play it for the troops overseas? I remember reading that somewhere.
It was, that's true. It was on the Armed Forces Network, broadcast overseas. In fact, there's somebody in our Sunday school class who grew up on the show in Germany. So,
isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. Okay, one more question, and then we'll keep watching, and I'll come back. There are several questions, but Donald wants to know who is doing Charlie's voice in this episode. Is it Calloway or Holt?
Well, no, with Calloway.
Yeah, it was Calloway. It was just because of the ad libs. It was just amazing.
He was really, really good at extemporaneous stuff, and they're so funny.
I just did a song today for one of the sing-alongs. It was called "Fly the Flag of Freedom," and Charlie the Owl brought back, wanted to bring back Christopher Columbus, but so he sang a song about that, and the very first line of the song was what he knew that Queen Isabella told Columbus. And she said, "Go forth and discover Cleveland." So, I mean, can you imagine that was in the intro to the song by Bill Calloway? I just couldn't keep a straight face with him.
Oh, that is.
I might have to take the doggy out.
No, I think he's hungry.
Okay.
The fur baby is hungry.
Okay, well, let's get back to watching our episode. And tell Crew is pacing. I can see him pacing back there.
Well, he can just wait.
We're having too much fun.
There's plenty of food.
I know. Okay, let's play. Let's keep moving because now, let's see. They're listening for more news about the contest.
Yes.
And so remember, for safe driving, always stay at least 3 car lengths behind the car you're in.
I wish he'd get to the news about the contest.
And now more news about the finals in the public speaking competition being held tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, tomorrow!
Yes, tomorrow, and there'll be over 1,000 people watching in the studio.
Wow, 1,000 people!
And there will be almost 100,000 people in the radio audience, so good luck to our 2 finalists tomorrow.
Did y'all hear that? 100,000 people in the radio audience. Oh, I can't. I simply can't go on. Let Charlie go on in my place. After all, he says he's the greatest, and he probably is. I can't.
Well, Charlie did it again. He's told Henrietta so much about the things he's done that she just doesn't have the confidence to go on.
Well, as I see it, it's an open and shut case.
What do you mean, Freddie?
If Henrietta's ever going to get on the radio tomorrow, we've got to open up her mind and shut Charlie's mouth.
I agree, Danny.
Henrietta.
Oh, I want you. Hey, Joe. Joe.
I'll
You've got to
pause it.
get
Hold
ready to
on.
go down.
There we go.
No, you got. You have to know that her competition is horse race. Horse race. Get it?
Get it? That's what I'm talking about. I would never have
I mean,
thought
but
about that.
you have to know that those things are all over the place in this show, in these shows.
Well, that's why so many grown-ups enjoyed the show. It's just the kids.
It's not horse race; it's horse race.
Well, what I don't know is how you all kept a straight face. I don't know how you did it. And then the other thing is when you have so much ad-libbing going on and it's not in the script, but you would really never know it. I mean, it's amazing. You really had such talent on the set to be able to do that.
Well, and you have to realize that with the cameramen and the whole crew, we were performing to a live audience, a live studio audience. It was a crew, but they were cracking up as much as we were.
Well, I just think it's just amazing to me. Look, even Patty was a brilliant, Doug. That's how I feel too.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
And Danny found this hilarious as well.
No, there it is. Horse race. Good man, Danny.
Okay, are you ready to play? Do you have more that you want to add?
Onward.
Okay. I'm glad you're flagging me down because I'm just engaged in the episode. You'll have to flag me down and tell me when to stop it. Okay.
Okay.
To the radio station.
And if you do half as well as I did in my last public speaking contest, you'll be in pretty good shape.
Oh, Charlie, will you stop talking about yourself long enough for Henrietta to get ready?
Well, think I'll go down to the courtyard and get the radio ready for the broadcast. After all, my engineering background may come in handy.
Oh, boy, that Charles has done everything, hasn't he?
Oh, now, Henrietta, you just concentrate on getting yourself ready.
All right, but I'm still scared.
Oh.
Set the dial on Kazoo, Freddie. We don't want to miss one word.
Okay, there it is. Now all we have to do is wait.
Yes, the sign of a good competitor is not to let the waiting get to you.
Charlie, your constant bragging has made Henrietta a nervous wreck.
Gee, I wonder when they're going to get to the public speaking contest.
Well, the public speaking contest is coming up next.
Thank you.
You're welcome to
One more thing.
That time you've all been waiting.
Okay.
One more thing. The announcer is Bill Calloway on the radio. He did both voices of Charlie and the announcer.
He noted.
What?
Never noticed that. I have no idea.
What?
On my little top,
Yeah.
are those elephants on there?
Oh, I don't know. That could be.
I have no idea. I didn't know about that.
But anyway, isn't that cool that Bill Calloway was the radio announcer
Yeah.
throughout this whole thing, and he would go back and forth between Charlie and the radio announcer because he was talking live to the characters. So would they say, "Well, get back to the announcer or get back to the contest"? Okay, I'm going to get back to the contest. So he was responding in real time.
He's very talented.
Anyway, onward.
Okay, here we go.
Get to you.
Charlie, your constant bragging has made Henrietta a nervous wreck.
Gee, I wonder when they're going to get to the public speaking contest.
Well, the public speaking contest is coming up next.
Thank you.
You're welcome to join us now. It's that time you've all been waiting for. We've already heard from our first finalist, Mr. Horace Race, and now let me introduce our second guest, Miss Henrietta. Oh, what does this paper say?
Hippo, Henrietta Hippo.
Oh, yes, Hippo, Miss Henrietta Hippo. Here she is now speaking on the topic, the most helpful person I know, Miss Hippo.
Thank y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to tell y'all about the most helpful person I know. A person who has bent over backwards and forwards to give me the benefit of his many years of experience. And without whom, or is it who? I couldn't have gone on. His name is Mr. Charles Owl.
Esquire.
Charles has done more in his lifetime and done it better than anyone I know. I just want everyone in the radio audience to know what a truly great owl Charles is. I thank y'all.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The winner's name will be announced later on this afternoon, so stay tuned to KZOO.
What's the matter, Charlie? You should be happy at a time like this. That was quite a tribute Henrietta just gave you.
I know, Em, it sure was. And after all the bragging I did and making her feel nervous and insecure, she still said I was helpful. Gee.
Oh, Charlie, that's the whole point. You shouldn't have to brag about yourself. People will find out in their own way and appreciate you a lot more.
Doug's right, Charlie. You see, we felt uncomfortable around you when you were bragging all the time. Talk about others, and then others will just naturally talk about you.
It's fine to have confidence in what you can do. It's fine to know that you can see it through. But there is a point where you can carry it too far. That's when you should let someone else say how great you are. Be humble, have humility. Be thankful you can do the things you can. Oh, yeah. You will get people's respect. You'll see friendly smiles, and they'll want to shake your hand.
It's fine to think you're as good as someone else. It's great if you want to do without people's help. But there is a point where you can carry it too far.
That's when you should let someone else say how great you are.
Be humble.
Have humility.
Be thankful you can do the things you can.
You will get people's respect. You'll see friendly smiles, and they'll want to shake your hand. It's fine to have confidence in what you can do. It's fine to know that you can stay through. But there is a point where you can carry it too far. That's when you should let someone else say how great you are.
Hey, look! Here comes our public speaker now. Hi, Henrietta. That was a terrific speech you made.
Oh, thank y'all, everybody. I really appreciate the fine reception.
Henrietta, I really don't know what to say, except, well, thank you.
Charles, I meant everything I said on that radio. I meant it. You've been very helpful to me.
And you've helped me.
Well, what do you mean, Charlie?
Well, what I mean is that Henrietta is the greatest public speaker in this entire courtyard.
Right. Thank you, Charles.
But I'm a strong second.
Well, somebody said, "I feel a song coming on." I don't remember who that was, but you're right. That was the point of the show, was in that song. You know, let other people say how great you are. And so every episode had something like that to tell the kids and parents, and that was the whole point. And looking back on it, it still works.
Yeah. They're all things that we all need to remember, throughout our lives. Let other people shine, and, not to brag and things like that. So
yeah, it was a simple lesson, but it still works.
And it's great to hear from our new zoo kids. It's great when we see your comments or we meet you someplace and you tell us that the show meant something to you and you learned something from it. And honestly, all of our new zoo kids that we've met are just doing so great. And they're making wonderful contributions to their communities and their families, and it's very, very rewarding for us.
Yeah. It's a life too.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really
for sure.
It's really been great to see this and to go back and relive some of these moments.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. And you talk about, I feel a song coming on. That was kind of a running joke as I was writing all this stuff. Remember the crew was saying, "Oh, Doug's going to write a song about that," and it could be, moving a light stand or, you know, they were all kidding me that I could write a song about anything.
And I saw Aaron's comment about this inspired him tonight to write more songs. Aaron, you keep writing.
Yeah,
You write those songs. Don't ever give up.
that exactly.
Well, we do have some questions. I'm going to show a few of them here. I like this one because I think people often thought it was a local show. And you can see with all the people coming in from all over the country that it was all over. So do we even know how many markets picked up Newsy?
Yeah, I think at its height, it was over 220 markets across the country and overseas. So we were blanketing the whole country. And from what I understand, with the Nielsen ratings or whatever the ratings were at that time, over 3 million kids a day were tuning into our show at its height. And
But we didn't know that.
no,
We had no idea. That's why Joanna, her doing this Facebook page,
oh, it's so great.
Instagram, just was so wonderful because we really just all these years had no idea.
Yeah, I was doing things behind the scenes and directing my production company, and then now it's all coming back to me, and I just so grateful for it.
Yeah. Well, I've got to ask, Danny rarely asks questions, so he would love to know what the inspiration for the set was for you, Dad.
Danny says, I'm waiting for Stanley to scream.
Well, to be honest with you, I really wanted not a Disneyland feel, but I wanted a hometown, small town feel for the set. And it had to have a tree house, and it had to have my house. and so I that's what I sketched out, because initially I wanted to be an artist, and I started out in high school and my first year in college as a set designer. So that was kind of an outgrowth of some of the sets that I grew up with. And
to do pen and ink sketches.
I did.
Got a whole box of pen and ink sketches that are just
Yeah.
beautiful. And design cars.
Yeah, I would love to design cars. That's true.
Well, I just want to give Danny a shout out because he's amazing. Danny Duraney owns Duraney PR, and he is the one that you guys can all thank him, because he is the reason that Mom and Dad are able to connect with all of these interviews. He keeps it all straight and make sure they're scheduled correctly and gives the information to Mom and Dad, and is just so good at what he does. So we appreciate
Great guy. We love him to pieces.
Yeah, and he likes us. That's good. Yeah.
Well, he's awesome, and we just are so thankful to know him just as a human. So bless you too, Danny. Bless you too. Okay, so let's finish because we have like 2 minutes left. I'm assuming the closing song. We still go there, right? So let's.
When that man with the earphones pointed at me, well, I thought I had done something wrong, but he was just telling me that I was, as they say in radio, on the air.
Well, when do we find out who won, Henrietta?
Well, they're supposed to make the winning announcement. Oh, my heavens. What time is it now?
Well, the big hand is on the 6, and
It's almost 5:30.
Almost 5:30. Quick, turn the radio on, quick.
And now, the winners of the contest. But first, let me tell you something funny that happened.
Oh, those disc jockeys all they do is talk, talk, talk. I want to hear news about the public speaking contest.
Okay, let me pull myself together here. Here's the moment you've all been waiting for. The winner in the public speaking contest is Fanfare Please. Say great, guys. The winner is Miss Henrietta Hippo. Congratulations from Station KZOO. And Miss Hippo wins 6 flowery dresses, 5 pretty hats, 4 shiny rings, and a partridge in a pear tree. And now back to music.
Oh, congratulations, Henrietta. How do you feel?
Oh, marvelous, simply marvelous. And I owe it all to my splendid coach.
Me, my, mo.
La 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 la. It's the new Zoo-Doo, coming right at you. Where three delightful animals have fun with what
Thank you.
Love you too.
always quite an unusual thing. The animals talk and sing with Doug and Eddie Joe. Every day's a different show. It's the new Zoo-Doo, coming right at you. It's
So
the new
awesome.
Zoo-Doo, coming right at you.
Amazing. Great director. A good writer. That's one of our good best writers. Oh, thanks, Elena. Yeah, I like those. It's a great crew.
Well, there we go, guys. And what a fun night. I just think we need to do more of these because I know everybody enjoys them and we enjoy it. So
Yeah,
We do.
yeah.
it's fun. It's fun revisiting.
Yeah.
Well,
And I want to congratulate Aaron. I don't exactly, I didn't see the whole comment, but I think he said he graduated from Berkeley yeah, I'm the only composition and songwriting double major who graduated that year. Well, congratulations, Aaron. It's great.
yeah, we love to hear how you guys are doing and what you're doing. And there are so many, quite a few questions. I know crew is hungry, so I don't know.
Okay. He gets plenty of food. He gets treats,
Okay.
scrambled eggs on Sundays, he gets hamburger patties. He's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm just want to make sure. Let's have, how about just a couple questions and then we'll call it
Yeah.
a night, and we'll do it again
Okay.
soon. But I have saved a couple. One of them is, let's see, this one here came in earlier at the very beginning. Where did you come up for the name of the show?
That was, I was tasked to create a kid show that had a beanbag frog named Freddie. And that was my only, Barbara Atlas came to me and said, can you help me create a show? And that night, I said, sure, I could do it. I went home and I thought, wait a minute, a frog, a zoo, new zoo review. And I came up with a theme song that very night. And I'll never forget it. And I thought, oh, this is kind of catchy. So it all, was born out of the song and the title of the song.
I like that question. And I always love hearing you talk about that, Dad, because this came, I remember, I don't know if you want to talk about the plane ride and those little napkins that you still have that Mom's kept.
Well, Mom can talk about it.
We came back from our wedding. Our wedding was in Dallas, and we flew immediately back the very next day to LA, I think, to do the pilot. Was that why we came back?
Well, yeah, and it was actually to get ready for the
get ready.
pilot.
But-
That's why I sketched out those
He
sets.
sketched out the set on the American Airlines plane. In those days, you could get stationery. And Doug asked for some stationery, and he had a pencil, and he put a little tray out, and he sketched out the whole set. And I'm so thankful that I kept that stationery, because I've got it out, in a I just say in the garage.
And I even
but it's in a scrapbook.
And I even have my notes about what I wanted the show to be. And Joanna, you've seen those where, it can't be preachy. It has to be real. All of the things that were, thank goodness, it came about.
Yeah, and how you changed Charlie the giraffe.
Yeah.
I've got a cute sketch of Charlie the giraffe, but he became Charlie the owl.
Giraffe wouldn't have worked in the set. His head would have been cut off in every shot.
Look what Elena said. The Emmy Joe archives. It is true though. You've saved us so much. You know, I keep thinking we need to bring out the blueprints because you actually have the blueprints of the original set, which that's
Hey,
crazy. So, like, you could build it right now.
in fact, if somebody took it on a soundstage, they could build the interiors, they could build the exteriors. It even has the lighting grid and the landscaping. I mean, it is that complete.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we kept that.
Well, I am too. We never thought about it at the time, but
No.
you know, that's the lesson. Never throw anything away. And then when you want it, it's there somewhere.
I just don't think that when you think about the set or television set, any set, but especially during that time frame, I would never have thought that there were actual blueprints. Like, it was a construction build.
It was building a house, literally. I mean, we both thought it was pretty real.
Yeah. Look at the elevator, up and down elevator.
Yeah.
An actual pond, a trap door. I mean,
Yeah. If you notice in that episode, Freddie had a fan, an electric fan with water. I mean, so we had to be very careful too.
don't try that at home, kids. It's not something you want to try at home. Well, this is a great question. I'm going to leave. This is going to be the last question of the night, you all, because I know that it's Friday night and crew is hungry, and where we are, it's later in the evening. So, what have you worked on since New Zoo Review? And I know you've got a couple projects going now too. So, I'd love to hear more about that. I think we all would.
Yes, in conjunction with my son, we're working on a brand new show, and really it's called Safari Town, and it's kind of has the same format as New Zoo. It's going to be just a fun, but it's going to be animated, and something I want to talk to Michael Foster about if he's still on. But anyway, I'm working on that, and I'm also working on a show called The Knights of IT, Guardians of the Digital Realm. That's a combination of live action and animation, and it teaches kids about the internet and how to safely navigate all the pitfalls and the highways and byways of that, because it can be a very dangerous place, but it can also be a place where they can learn. So, and that was inspired by Joanna Lee right there, and she is the co-producer of that, co-creator of that. And so we're working on those two things, and just, we're hoping that we can get funding and get them on the air.
Well, and then for years, you still are doing projects for Laguna Productions. I mean, I always like telling about your video that's in the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, we were just very, very fortunate to, we were able to recreate the capture of the U-505 submarine in World War II. And I got to recreate the whole drama of the crew. We got to cast the crew that they looked like the guys back in World War II. And we did costumes, and my son came back and helped me direct that. And it was a wonderful thing. And that exhibit is still playing in the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry right now. And that was an honor. It really was.
Yeah.
So we've been behind the scenes a lot and in front of the camera, but we've had a wonderful time in every project we've done.
Yeah. Well, we love you all. I hope that you guys will definitely subscribe. Mom has her newsletter that I know everyone is enjoying that so much. I don't know if you want to talk about that, Mom, real quick before we go.
It's fun, and it's really fun. We want it to be interactive, and I'm so thankful that people that have signed up for the newsletter are actually sending in contributions. Like then the July newsletter, We're going to feature Alina's French apple cake, and then Francine. We're going to talk about Ollie, show pictures of her little pooch Ollie, and but you can sign up for it on the website. It's my Emmy Joe's newsletter. Yeah. And then we have if anybody wants to go to the store, everything is there.
Oh, you've got Joel.
Yeah. The newsletter is lots of fun, but I really do want it to be interactive. It's something we all share together.
Yeah. Well, we have enjoyed it too. Thank you guys so much for just sticking with us tonight and watching a video with us. And we have some questions from our Instagram friends as well. I'll ask one. Pet Hair Guy 2001. I feel like I need to include his question, if you don't mind. One more.
Please.
Instagram. You all on Instagram, I'm so glad you're here tonight. We've never done this on Instagram, so we are just thrilled that we were able to connect there too. So it won't be the last time, but let's do ask this question. Now I've lost it. Let's see. It was a good one. Oh, yeah. What are some notable public figures that you met during your time on the show? And you've got a lot.
Well, first of all, we met Pat Boone.
Well, Joanna met Pat Boone. we did a personal appearance with Pat.
I was more thinking about your visit to the White House.
Well, yeah, the White House, that was big. That was big. We met Pat Nixon
and
Trisha. We met Trisha because we were guests at the Easter egg roll that they do every year, and we did that with Trisha Nixon, and then we were invited to Pat Nixon's party for the children of the foreign diplomats in the East Room of the White House at Christmas. It was thrilling.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all of the guest appearances.
Well, we had guest stars. Emmy Joe was having you, Joanna. We had guest stars come on the show. Could never take your place, but it was fun to have them there. We had Jesse White, the Maytag repairman. I mean, we had Henry Mancini, the wonderful composer, film composer.
Danny, excuse me. As long as are you talking about Watergate?
Yes. Just keep going. I'm sorry.
Well,
it's so funny.
Keep going. Keep going.
I mean, we'll keep going. We won't even talk about it.
I didn't think you stole anything there.
Leanne is helping us get it back on track.
Yeah, Henry Mancini. We also had, we did a watch party with Joanne Worley, which was hilarious. She was amazing. So there was just a lot of guest stars that we had on the show. They all loved doing the show.
Yeah. Well, okay. Can tell
Jim Backus. Jim Backus.
Oh yeah, and he was one of my favorites. He was hilarious. That was in the Irish. I can't remember. He was Irish in that.
Yeah. Well, he was going to teach Henrietta an Irish song.
Yes, that was so funny. Okay, well, you can tell we don't want to go, but we do.
Okay.
I've got my dog.
Thank you all. Thank you for watching.
Oh, gosh, this was so much fun. Yes. Let's do it again.
We will do it again soon. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.